Alright, I'm not gonna advertise this or anything. I feel more comfortable not having an audience that I can just fucking do this. Why do I have an option to play an ad? What? I am not making money off of this. I don't really ever seeing myself make money off of this, to be honest. Would that make life easier? Yes. Because we live in a fucked up sort of shit show. God, I feel like this is too loud. I feel like let me try this. Is this better? I don't know. I don't really want anybody to truly be here, if I'm honest. I guess since I'm not actually going to be playing a game, I can in theory do this. I'll just in case. I'll keep the YouTube stream up on my laptop. Hop out, Chad. It's not working. So some shit happened today. Originally, I was like, oh, maybe I won't really want to do this. But my you can't see me. Even when I do this, you can't see me. To be honest, thank fucking God. I am so fucking stressed. Okay, so I try not to talk about my job and whatnot. I try not to talk about that stuff. But it's super obvious they don't want me around. They'll say, "Oh, wow, you're literally the reason why this place is operational." But then they'll be like, "Oh, you made one mistake? One very small mistake that no one has complained about? Oh, I gotta fucking talk to you. I don't want to keep doing this. In fact, this is your last strike." It's like, what? So out of the almost 3 years that I've worked there, years that I worked there, I've been talked to maybe 5 times. Maybe 5 times. Sometimes it was literally I didn't do anything. You're yelling at me for something that I didn't fucking do, that I had no hand in. And like, I don't know. Like, this is the only high-paying job that's available to me. Like it's a little more than minimum wage plus tips, which like wow, that's really good. But like I don't think if I get fired, I don't think that I get unemployment, you know? I think where I am, unemployment is like you need to make like 30 times minimum wage. Yeah, no, that's not happening for me. Let me see here. Like, yeah, no. I remember trying to get unemployment during COVID because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you can get unemployment even if you're working because like obviously hours are reduced and you still lost a job because of COVID. Like you were working two jobs, but you know, you lost one because of COVID." And I applied and they're like, we think you should be like getting like $25 a week. It's like, what? But I'm making jack shit with this one job. And I got bills and shit. And rent. Yeah, no. No, $25 a week. So like that was already hell. People were getting like an extra $200 a week or something. And they looked at my shit and were like, eh, $25. And then I never actually got any of that money. They never actually gave me any of that money. So it's just I don't fucking get it. Again, it's like this isn't the first time either. Like when I say this isn't the first time, I mean this isn't the first time that the system has just fucked me over. Cuz like there was a time when I was kicked out and I was like still in high school and because of my parents, I was like down a grade. So if you're wondering how, my mom decided that I needed to be held back in kindergarten. Why? Because I wasn't making enough friends. But then they just held back the two friends that I had. So we became even like of a stronger trio. I still remember their names, Ashley and Jacob. I remember Jacob because well, it turns out that he was a neighbor, like literally next door neighbor, and that I was kind of a bit of an asshole as a kid because I had just learned the John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too, and would sing that at him, and he fucking hated it. And when I realized that he fucking hated it, I didn't stop until he lost it on the bus, and I apologized. I apologized to him on the spot. Like, hey man, I'm sorry. I just thought it was really funny. And then we just started hanging out after that. That was another place, another time though. I do wonder what it would have been like if I wasn't taken somewhere else, if I wasn't whisked away to a shithole that I now live in. But hey, I'm fucking 30. God, what age am I? 32? Yeah, 32. I had to like stare at the year. I'm 32. Born January 11th, 1993. It's absolutely useless to try and It's a Wonderful Life it. To be honest, if I give myself It's a Wonderful Life, I'm just going to come to the conclusion that I should not have been born. I deal with depression, I deal with suicidal thoughts a lot, but like most of the time this is actually a result of things entirely out of my control. The depression triggers the suicidal thoughts, but I didn't start having suicidal thoughts until, well, I won't get into it, but let's just say my parents tried to actually gaslight me. My mom specifically tried to actually gaslight me. If you don't know, Gaslight is a movie. Let me double check. Because Gaslight is not, lying so much that you're convincing somebody that reality isn't reality. Gaslight is an old 40s movie, according to this thing. And it's a psychological thriller. And the psychological thriller is that like, let me see here. Her like husband kind of only married this lady because she's rich, or has money that's coming in, and he starts to try and do little things to make her think that she's going insane. Which I actually noticed that, because when I first heard about this movie and the time period that it was set in, I was like, wasn't it super easy just to say, my wife's gone insane, put her away forever, and then you can just kind of do whatever you want? So I thought, oh, well, like, it's the 40s. You can just do that. Like you could just do that. You don't have to convince her that she's insane. I believe it's set in London. I don't know what the laws were, but I know that in America, you could just be like, my wife's gone insane, or the divorce ranches, you know. It's this whole thing. It's this whole thing. But anyway, yeah, my mom tried to actually get me admitted into an insane asylum. And by giving me a bunch of medication that, like, I should not have had, and lying to a therapist. Pre-rolls are enabled. What the fuck? I do not get money. What the fuck? Oh, I accidentally. Whoops. Whoopsie. Whoops. Activity stream. There we go. Pre-rolls are enabled. Run an ad to disable pre-roll. A 2-minute ad. Sure. If there's an ad playing, wow. What the fuck? That's weird. I don't think there's an ad playing, though. Is it just Stream Elements being like, yeah, we should give everyone the same opportunity? Let me see here. Yeah, no, there's not an ad playing or anything. Okay. Sure. Weird. But whatever. But ever since then, I've had horrible, crippling, uh, crippling depression and suicidal thoughts. Granted, you could always make the argument that, like, well, that stuff was already in you, and it just, you know, um, the medication just kind of brought that stuff out. But still, that's not. I was not even a teen when that happened. Like that was, it was really bad, and I still suffer from it. Although it has been greatly improved, thanks to, you know, it's been greatly improved thanks to, the like therapists that I've seen. I saw a therapist for 3 years before he like went and got his own clinic and everything. Like he was really good. He kind of got that I was like suffering from PTSD, and I actually, okay. So there's that episode of Harley Quinn where they're in Bruce's mind, and she teaches like mental Bruce the the go to your happy place and like tapping your shoulders and thing. That's an actual thing that my therapist taught me, and it helped me so fucking much. It doesn't work anymore, but it helped me so fucking much. And he also explained, like, he also got how my brain worked. He was like, so this is the chemical reaction that happens in your brain, and this is why meditation works. And I was like, oh, okay, understood. That's why meditation works. That makes sense. Because for so long I was told, oh yeah, meditation works because it's good for you. It's like, well, what does it do? And they were like, it centers you. It's like, that doesn't mean anything. What the fuck do you mean? Meditation resets your body's chemicals because your mind sends a signal to tell your body to make a chemical that makes you feel angry or sad or anxious or whatever. And sometimes you can get in a feedback loop. Because you feel this way, your brain goes, oh, it's time to feel mad. So you get angrier, even though there's nothing to be angry about. Same thing with sadness, same thing with literally everything, even happiness. I've actually used it to like calm myself down from being too happy, which was a thing that would happen. Like I would just lose my mind over how happy I was about something, and like really, really, really just like lose it, you know? And granted, that still kind of happens, but it's definitely not as like it. Like when I say this, like I mean, like it was like, oh man, literally nothing could stop me from trying to like fucking give my life for a fucking cause that I didn't actually like believe in, you know. Um, The fuck is this? Oh, right, I'm also looking through the mods and whatnot. Making sure that shit's working. I have been playing a little bit, just grinding, just getting, just occasionally selling off the, gold bars and upgrading and whatnot. What the fuck? Sorry. I just got distracted by a mod called Power Armor Sensor Training. So it's just a quest where, like, if you wear a full suit of power armor long enough, you might figure out how to use it properly. Okay. Wild. What, this got updated again? God damn it. It doesn't even let me look at the change log. What the fuck? It's like 1.12.8.0 HF. What the fuck kind of update is that? If you're doing that small of an update, just do a hotfix update. Sorry. I'm trying to distract myself. So I was told, hey, if I have to talk to you again, William, obviously, that's it. You're gone. And I don't want to do that. It's like, well, you've chosen to do this. Like you keep saying that I am rude. You keep saying that, like, you have to understand, you're a man, William. Okay? Like, I'm literally just trying to do my fucking job here. And, like, hey, maybe I raise my voice. But, like, not in a yelling way, but in a like, hey, everybody. Just letting you know. Like, so that people can hear me. But no, that's extremely rude. Okay, man. Sure, yeah. And because I'm a man, because I'm a grown man who is, like, some of the people that, like, most of the people that come in here are, like, they were fed right, you know what I mean? Like, they're fucking, like, 6.5 feet tall. I am not 6.5 feet tall, you know? I'm not short, but I'm not considered tall. I'm considered average height, you know? And it's just like, what the fuck does me being a man, like, really have to do with this? Like I can understand if it's like, oh, you're trying to explain something and a female coworker might not like it because you're a man. It's like, okay. Or like, whatever. It's like I'm trying not to make it sound like it's a sexist thing. It kind of sounds like it's a sexist thing, but, like, what? But another thing, too. I was promoted. I turned down the promotion, though. Like, if this is the kind of fucking behavior where like I legit was like, hey, I am going to I'm gonna like try and like just not take work so seriously, and then immediately I was given a promotion where it's like a slight pay raise and like basically promised hours. I work hourly. That like, yeah, no, of course I'm gonna take it, but now I'm like extra stressed because it feels like nobody fucking wants me around, but I have a promotion. And I was like doing some like stuff that I'm supposed to do. And they're like, "Oh, you did this wrong." It's like, "No, I didn't. I didn't do this wrong." And they're like, "Yeah, you did. You did the steps in the wrong order." And it's like, "But the result is the same." And this isn't the first time that I've done this. This is like the third time that I've done it this way, and the only other time that there was an issue, turns out somebody fucked up count at one point. But no, I'm doing it wrong because I didn't do it the exact same way that you want to do it. I can't fucking do this anymore. I can't fucking do this anymore. You just threatened to fire me because you perceive shit as being rude when like, hey, this person also always takes Karen sides. Like there was a time where a guy was in here and he was pissed off at me because I said, "Hey, like it's gonna be a while. You should probably go sit down. We'll bring it to you. You know, like please, feel free to not like you don't have to stand. You can sit at the counter." And he fucking hated me for that. And because he was a crotchety old fucking man with no friends or family. And like literally every other customer was like, "Well, I don't know what the fuck that guy's problem was. You're doing fucking great." And I'm like, "Well, thanks. I know that I'm doing great." And this lady, this boss lady, takes the fucking old man's side. Like she wasn't even fucking paying attention. I showed up. When I wasn't like they called me into work and they're giving me this shit. Fuck this place. Like, sorry, the more that I talk about it, the more that I don't fucking like this. And it's insane to me. It's insane to me. Like, since I've been working here, I have felt like there are cliques. And, like, if you're not a part of the clique, you're not going to get preferential treatment. You're going to be treated like shit. And I've been dealing with it for 3 fucking years at this point. And despite all it, I just go, okay, whatever. I won't get preferential treatment or whatever. But then people complain about me. People say shit about me. And instead of coming to me and saying, "Hey, what's up? What is this?" They just internalize it and go, "Oh, he must be a real piece of shit. It's a shame that he's such a good employee, the only good employee." But now we've hired good employees. We've hired other people that are actually good at their fucking jobs instead of people that just stand around and talk all the fucking time. Like, hey, if I could, I would fucking quit. I would get a job that's like work from home. But I can't. I've tried. I've looked. The economy's fucking bad. I wonder why. Sorry. I feel more comfortable doing this because I know nobody's here. I'm just screaming into the fucking void. literally screaming into the void. So a friend like offered like, hey, do you like we're currently hiring. It pays less than minimum wage, but you get tips. But like I don't have a car, man. He works out so far away from me. And he was like, I've seen buses come by. And it's like, okay, but that's. Oh, hey, Zach, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're seeing me rant and shit. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't want to be like a fucking what's his name? I don't want to be like oh shit. Oh, okay. Sorry, I looked at my OBS and something was like not working, and I was like, oh shit, is it broken? Just need to be refreshed. I don't want to be like Dark Side Phil, you know, or Wings of Redemption. I don't want to be one of those guys that just like I need money to live. It's like, well, fuck you. You don't do anything, you know. I still feel like I need to apologize. I literally was just yelling into nothingness. I yeah. I actually I actually don't feel like ranting anymore because this was the thing. Back in the day when I vlogged, I was talking mostly about like, yeah, life's pretty bad, and like a lot of people interpreted it as like first world problems, but it was like, no, my parents are horrible people, and I do everything to be not to not be like them. Uh, but you know, no one would actually like reply. You know, no one would actually pay attention. In fact, one person said, "Oh, you are abused? I think you're just saying that for attention." It's like, what the fuck, man? Come on. You know that it isn't. I've had a very difficult life, and unfortunately, it's far more likely that that the world as we know it is going to end before I have a good life. It's just how things are, I guess. I wish this model was more expressive. Like I keep doing facial stuff, like you know, raising my eyebrows and you know everything. And I mean, I get it, it's a free model, but I literally can't afford anything. One of the the things that I've been dealing with, one of the reasons why I said no, I can't do this job promotion anymore, is because um excuse me, is because I um I got sued by some debt collectors. And granted, I have a family friend that was during COVID and me being in between jobs, he let me stay with him. And it was I paid very little on rent because he knew that I wasn't making really any hours. And he was pretty pissed off by that, but he was somewhat understanding, you know. And now he's willing to help me out with these debtors. But now the debtors have told me, oh, because we didn't tell you something. Because we didn't tell you something. You're in bigger trouble now, and we're suing you. And there really just is. Like, it's just layers on layers of crap. And I also just signed a new lease for this place, and it went up. Of course it went up. Granted, it feels like I snuck in because I don't think every place that I've ever lived that did rent, they've never raised the price outside of signing a new lease. So it feels like I might have snuck in under the wire a little bit, but it also feels like I'm going to lose my job. It feels like I'm going to lose my job, and that I'll be homeless regardless, you know? Friends have told me, oh, you should try to become like an electrician and whatnot. I was like, hey, I would be down, but where are there any near me? And there aren't any. There aren't any career sort of after high school job places near me. And the idea of like having to apply for jobs and go back into the workforce and everything at 32, I'd rather kill myself. I'd rather die. And that's the other thing, too. That's the other thing. Like, that's what the fucking system has done to me, man. Like, if I'm not able to make money, then I might as well be dead. If I'm not good enough for a workplace, I might as well kill myself. That's literally what the system has done to me. Well, the system and my dad, to be honest. My dad's he was never a wealthy man, or he had no illusions that I would go to college. He did not even try to save up for a fucking anything, you know. In fact, to my knowledge, they actually used my money to move to this shithole so that my dad could get a better paying job, which he then immediately quit. Granted, I later found out why. Yeah, no, he shouldn't have fucking worked for that person to begin with. We shouldn't have done this. I would have been a very different person. I would not have had certain traumas, I'll say. But yeah. I don't really... I didn't really plan on doing this for too long, but I'm just fucked, man. I also just don't... I don't like social media. I say this on Blue Sky, although I do use Blue Sky quite a bit. I am just mostly just talking to nobody, though. Or to the people that randomly see my posts, you know? Because, like, I'll get plenty of people being like, oh, yeah, we want to support you. We want you to do good. But, like, they're not followers, man. They're just, like, people that want to see more people VTubing. Which is fine. It's fine. But, like... Man, it's just... Sorry, I've purposely lost my train of thought. I've purposely not really... I've stopped thinking. I like, oh, networking and whatnot, you know, it's... Yeah, no, I'd be down to, like, stream with people, but, like... I don't play a lot of cooperative games. I don't have the energy for a lot of cooperative games. I don't even know, really, where I would begin, even. I'm very bad at being in the EN VTubers Discord because, like, I don't even use it for my self-promotion stuff like I should be. Got 140 followers on Blue Sky, but only one person really ever likes or shares any of my shit. Occasionally, a person that I know, you know, from Zen's Patreon server, Discord server, will share stuff or like stuff. But it feels like it's fucking pointless, man. I want to carve out my niche. I want to carve out my spot in VTubing. I want to carve out my spot in streaming. But I'm not enough of a sociopath to be like, I'm going to play Fortnite because that's what's popular. I'm going to play Minecraft because that's what's popular. I'm going to purposefully change my entire personality so that I can make the most amount of my an audience and money and do vaguely sexual related shit, ASMRs. I just want to play the modded games. I want to play the Pokemon fan games. I want to play the games that aren't super popular. But also at the same time, it's like, hey, like, I don't think I'm ever going to get support. The world keeps getting worse, man. The world keeps getting worse. And I have to keep paying extra money to live in it. God. I even have, like, weed gummies and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't know. Every time I've tried one, it's been really bad. Interesting. I'm like covering my mouth and it's like, yeah, you're talking, right? You're talking. Is it going off of the audio? No. Oh, it's not. Okay. Well, I apologize to anybody who actually decides to read this or watch this. I promise I won't commit suicide. This week. But yeah, I'm just gonna head out. I'm just gonna watch YouTube videos and make myself like some nice couscous and pork chop and more veggies. I am kind of pissed off with Vit Ramen, by the way. You know, I still suggest them. I'm very much into like quick nutritional food that tastes pretty damn good, but they really have been dropping the ball with me lately. Um, I have like a bunch of orders from them that just haven't shipped. Sounds like a good dinner. Well, thank you. I try and save money. I just buy a bunch of protein and like some potatoes and whatever. Um, and I just try and make it as nice as I possibly can. Um, Even if it's like very cheap ingredients, you know. Um, I remember this huge trend of like, oh, to save money, all you need to do is food prep. And like, no, that's not how you save money. It might cost 50 cents per meal, but it still is going to cost you like hundreds of dollars in prep. And also, when the fuck are you going to have the time to do that? It's like it doesn't work. But yeah. Um Man. So on Blue Sky I talked about this, that my schedule was changed. So I still have this week I still have Sunday and Monday off. But next week and the week after that, I'm not going to be able to do Sunday. And instead, I'll have Tuesday and Wednesday off. Which, god damn it, I'm going to have to borrow money to buy food. Because I don't have any money, and I don't have any food outside of what I was already... God damn it. Instead, outside of what I was already having for, like after Monday, I won't have any food for breakfast or lunch. I mean, I don't have anything for lunch to begin with, so I have to, for Tuesday and Wednesday, I have to borrow money and go to the grocery store. God damn. Sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I already said it. I feel like I shouldn't have existed. I feel like if we did a It's a Wonderful Life, I would have realized It's a Wonderful Life without me in it. But yeah. God, also, I fucking hate It's a Wonderful Life. I'm just gonna... Okay, this is like the last rant. I swear to God. The last rant is that I hate It's a Wonderful Life. I hate it because... it really is like a not great Christmas movie. It's a movie set around Christmas and like, hey, what what depression is like? What seasonal? I guess seasonal depression. I have the opposite, where it's like the moment it gets sunnier, the worse I feel. But it's also just like, hey, this is like a movie that's actually tackling like suicidal thoughts and whatnot in a good way, and I commend it for that. But like, it's not a fucking Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. I don't like that movie either. Times were horrible back then, especially the pharmacy scene. Yeah. It's like, oh god. Uh, well, thanks for, I guess, joining for these last couple of minutes. I'm gonna try my best to relax and not think about the impending doom of me being homeless. Uh, real good shit. Real good shit. Uh, but yeah. Uh, I'll honestly, I might. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. I want to stream. I want to get started on Metal Gear Solid. I want to get started on that series, even though I don't have the third or fourth game available, and I can't play Metal Gear Delta, which is unfortunate. But yeah, um, uh, bye. I guess I'm drained from yelling into the void.